empowering the gig economy with smart credentials, enhancing reliability, discovery, and privacy for freelancers and organizations. So, what is the problem? Fake credentials on professional networks. This makes it difficult to discover and match with talent. And not only that, gig economy platforms are centralized, infringing on user data, privacy, and there's no ownership. So our solution is a decentralized gig marketplace, tamper-proof credentials that build dynamic neural attributes, essentially a vault of soulbound tokens that have the skills, education, dynamic things that the freelancers are doing. Also, private payments is a huge component. Okay, so the text we use is Flare Network. There's a lot of functionality, but we focus on the cross payments and deployment. Each scaffold was really essential. We had a really amazing backend team, and we were able to just pop up the front end with each scaffold, and then Gateway FM as well, another deployment. And another critical part is Aztec for private payments. So let's get into exactly how we use these tech. Okay, so here we go. So basically, an organization, let's say Developer DAO, wants someone to a Unity developer. So this will open up a smart contract. And the description in the gig is actually what feeds into the metadata because this is going to be secured by a Flare token, let's say, and this will be up into the marketplace. Okay, so it's secured. There's essentially an escrow. Freelancer comes and finds it. And if this is an open contract, for example, they're automatically accepted and they can start working. Then they send over the deliverable that needs to be marked as complete. That triggers the money to be released in the public form and for basically a freshly minted skill credential to go to the freelancers. So approval and bam, the freelancer gets their skill credential. So this is really important as they're building all their skills, and it's going to be really great when we're able to also connect with universities and Coursera, different places. And now, okay, let's just dive into, we're talking about SuperLancers, right? So there's different categories. Let's jump into how we would categorize and define SuperLancers, super developers.
We've designed a mathematical equation to identify super developers with the SuperLancers blue sword, equivalent to Twitter's blue check mark, but ours is calculated by hard data, not user payment. We retrieve data from GitHub, combine with skill credential score, and factor the following. L for the programming languages used, E for experience, M for motivation. Clearly, math and data are more credible. Dive into the details in our README. Our equation can be applied to all super artists, builders, connectors, and more.
So yeah, our team was really great. We had a lot of different diverse experience. We thank you for your consideration. A little bit, we didn't have time to include the full Aztec flow in the scaffold ETH, but we actually created a separate flow where a freelancer can send an invoice and have a private payment. So in that case, the smart contract would release back to the organization, and we would use the rails of the sandbox and private tokens that worked super well with our own Solidity contracts to do the private payment. So we plan to expand on the different ways of privacy, even enterprise level, where even the skill credentials can be private. So we thank you very much for your consideration, and thank you, EthLondon. We had a great time. Have a great day.